Welcome back to our program, Global Economy with Amir Ali. And we have such a valuable guest with us, Mr. Wang Zihai, President, Pakistan-China Joint Chamber of Commerce. Some very important discussion with her, but still we have a lot to talk with him. Maybe after we will have another program with him with some new topics. Right now, Mr. Wang, what's very important for Pakistan is that if Pakistan get an access to the Chinese market, it's not only for its raw material, but also for its finished products. How you feel like Pakistani exporters should have held some exhibitions in China and can promote their products in China and can go for the value addition of their products, because the balance of the trade now very much in favor of China. How you feel like this Chamber of Commerce can develop some relations between China and Pakistan and can improve the exports of the Pakistan products for the Chinese market?
Yeah, so you're very right. So that, we are Pakistan-China Joint Chamber is try to facilitate all the Pakistani company to make easy access in China. You are very right that one of the ways that to make that to participate Expo in China. So that even that this is a few days back in Shanghai that China Expo was conduct. So that Pakistani company who came here and make exhibition, they get very good results. So even that you heard Afghanistan, they are peanuts within few seconds that 12,000 tons that peanuts with got sale. So this is the kind of facilitated Pakistani company to participate in the China Expo is one of our objective. So secondly, objective that we are making made in Pakistan pavilion in different provinces in China. For example, we are making one in Qingdao, Shandong province. So we make that Pakistan products display to get a market awareness of China market. So any interested members can approach us. We can help them to display that here. So this is the number 2 approach. Yeah, please.
Such a good effort that made in Pakistan. This is what Pakistan have to balance its products, import and export. And China is a very big consuming market, one of the biggest consuming market. They have a lot of potential from Pakistan, not only for the conventional products, but also for the unconventional products. We can also name about these products. So what President Wang Zihai said, there are a lot of opportunities. Chinese want to have Pakistani kurti, they want to have Pakistani kusa, they have the Pakistan style shoes, they want to have the Pakistan style earrings. How we are ready, this my question is to my audience, how we are ready to bring our products to the Chinese market. So if we have the will, our best way is we need to search out what the Chinese peoples want. And then we should act accordingly and we should bring our products more and more for the Chinese market. And especially one thing is very important, be always very good brothers to each other, always in a very honest way of the business. Coming up, my next question, how do you feel that there are a lot of chances for tourism? And so our government is very emphasized for the tourism projects. How do you feel we can bring the Chinese tourists to Pakistan? What kind of initiative we should provide them, because tourism is also an industry. So I need your opinion about if we can develop a larger area for the tourists to come over to Pakistan.
Yeah, tourism is another good mines for both countries of Pakistan and China. Although now is under COVID, we cannot move, but COVID will be finished soon. So at that time, after that post-COVID era, so that tourism will be boomed, this kind of industry. Actually, we also prepare for the post-COVID era. for that tourism as well. So last month, we facilitate the TDCP and also that sent tourism department to sign MOU with the Qingdao Tourism Association. So first, we are understanding, we introduce and that beauty of Pakistan that into the Chinese Tourism Association. Meanwhile, also we introduce the beauties in Shandong to these two tourism development corporations. So after that, more and more tourism operators will be joined together and to make the preparation for the tourism. As that Pakistan-China Chamber, we will facilitate them to do so.
It's first time I get to know that the Pak-China Joint Chamber of Commerce is really doing very well in many areas, because tourism industry is one of the biggest industry in the world. And right now, the Chinese tourists are almost one of the biggest tourist nation in the world. So if we can bring the Chinese tourists to come over to Pakistan to have a look, there is a lot of nature, and not only the nature, the beautiful beaches, the sand, the mountains, the green area. Of course, they will be very happy to come over to Pakistan. And the way is exactly the same. If we engage the tourist companies, if we want to understand how we can develop the tourism, we have to engage the tourism companies. It's a big chapter also. Thank you very much with your good suggestions. How do you think that right now, because these two countries are coming closer and closer together, how we can have, there are a lot of cultural relations between China and Pakistan. This is true, but one barrier is the language. The language is the only barrier which is keeping these two brotherly nations little away from each other. How did you find that we need to do to improve that Pakistanis can learn more and more Chinese?
So you are very right. Now that language is the barrier between our brother countries. So in the past, our PCJCCI have made some efforts to teach Chinese in different, along with the TEFTA and a lot of different the vocational schools. And even we published the dictionary of Chinese, Urdu, and English, 3 language dictionaries. So, but this is not the all. We need to make that more efforts. And number one is that we make that in that commercial, we can teach in business language. So because we are mostly that members from business side that is more focused on business Chinese. This is we shorten list and focus on business language. We maybe in the future will conduct the training class in our chamber soon. So this is one way. Second way is that we try to collaborate with the vocational colleges or schools to get the funds from different supporters. We conduct this kind of Chinese training again.
It's something very good idea. I must say to my viewers, if we can get some more funds from the Chinese different Chamber of Commerce to our Pakistan Chamber of Commerce, especially for some research papers, R&D, and in different areas, we can make our people's understanding more about technology. The one thing you have to learn, the one thing I have to learn, how to make the best use of your resources. Yes, very good effort from Mr. Wang Zihai. Sir, coming up, my next question is that, did we ever arrange any Pakistan investment conference in China, like a single country conference, or we have a plan? If we did not arrange it before, do we have a plan like we can attract the Chinese industrialists, let them understand Pakistan is a very potential market, especially because of its geographical location. They can have a very good access to the rest of the world. Do you feel Pakistan have we should have an effort like this in China?
Yes, this is already China, the Pakistan embassy in China and the different consulate office. They already did a lot of seminars or conference to promote Pakistan. That especially Excellency that Ambassador Moin Haq, he frequently to participate this kind of the conference. So this is very important that the different provinces is quite concerned to working closely with Pakistan. Even the government also supports that to make such a conference. I think we do that have an opportunity in the future. Our chambers also could initiate this kind of seminars or conference with the different chamber, and also that with the China that their counterpart to do such activities.
Yep, it's a good effort. If we could be successful to bring our idea to the Chinese people that Pakistan is a very safe country to invest and it's a very good country to come over here, and there are a lot of natural resources. That is what I want to ask to my viewers, how we can pass a very good image of Pakistan to the rest of the world. So, as you said that you made some good efforts to bring up the cultural relationship between these two countries closer, especially for the language. How you feel, how it was successful? Did you feel that you get the better results in this area?
For that, the culture and that, activity. So this can go to the people's heart very easily through the activity. So in this year in China, we did that some cultural activities such as that Pakistan Food Festival, Pakistan Movie Festival, Pakistan Ultra Festival. Even we do Gandhara, that in the Gandhara culture that in China. Through this way that that the Chinese audience, they know the difference that culture from that our brother countries. And also they know that from ancient that China and Pakistan stand together. So from this way that person feel that more closely, just like the family members that we from generation to generations. This is that a good idea. We will continue for such activity.
I want to tell something to my viewers that if I'm not wrong, that the stories we were listening when we were the babies, we were in our childhood about Ali Baba and Sheikh Chili, these all stories were actually coming from the western part of the China. So culturally, we are very close to each other. We should not see only the language barriers, but the Asian culture, the traditional culture is very close to each other. And just now, Mr. Wang Zihai mentioned that about the movies. I should say Pakistan was the first country, I think, who bring up his movie in China from the region. At least I should say that Mera Naam Hai Mohabbat, it was a very big success like 50 years before. And I know that this movie was being played in China for decades. After that, we did not make some good efforts, except that one movie is called Parwas Hai Junoon. It is just shown in last year in China. While we have a lot of area for the movies that we can bring these two countries closer together, how do you feel like movie is a very big segment to bring two brotherly countries more closer and let the peoples understand more about each other? Do we need to make some serious efforts in this area, and do we need a better support from the government from both sides?
Yeah, we do need. So actually, in this year, that the 70 years of between Pakistan and China of 70 years celebration, our official diplomatic relations. One of the activity to celebrate 70 years is that to make the Pakistan movie to air in China. So besides the movie you mentioned last year, this year there are 5 movies already take air in China in different cities, such like Beijing, and we are making efforts also in Qingdao, just like the Motorcycle Girl and these different total 5 movies were air. So when that make a test, take a test air in Qingdao, that audience was so excited. It's quite different to with that in their mind what kind of Pakistan looks like. So this is showing the colorful culture of Pakistan. So from this, after showing, they are more interested to visit Pakistan. I think this is that the movie show is so that directly to show the cultures.
Once we have to develop our tourism, what we need to do is we have to bring up different ideas of movies together to bring it to the Chinese market, to let the Chinese people understand Pakistan is more friendly, more nice, and more beautiful. Unless we will not pass this concept to the Chinese people, we will not be able to bring them to Pakistan as a tourist. What I believe, if we just bring the Chinese people to Pakistan as a tourist, at least the economy can be $20 billion only by the tourism. But right now, because of the post-COVID period is going to start, how do you feel it will be easy for Pakistan and China to have a more direct access by air to let the more Chinese people to come over to Pakistan to have a look and visit, and if they like, they can stay here to invest?
Yeah, that we are looking forward. The time is coming that person can be easily to move from China to Pakistan. Actually our chamber also make the preparation to receive more and more Chinese business delegation, tourists. That our chamber will be make a full support to them. We are looking forward.
Yes, and the way you are working, I am sure that you can bring up some more potential Chinese investors to come over to Pakistan and to let the Pakistani, because what I understand, the Chinese always have a saying: if you want to help someone, don't catch a fish for him, teach him how to catch a fish. So I hope one day China will help Pakistan to teach them how to catch a fish and make their economy growing better. I'm so happy to welcome you, Mr. Wang, to our program. Thank you very much. Thank you to Mr. Wang Zihai to be with us in our program.
हमारे सोचने की बात ये है कि क्या हम CPAC से मैक्सिमम बेनिफिट ले रहे हैं? क्या हमारा ब्रदरली कंट्री चाइना पाकिस्तान में ज़्यादा इन्वेस्टमेंट करने के लिए तैयार है? और वो इन्वेस्टमेंट सिर्फ गवर्नमेंट सेक्टर में नहीं होगी, प्राइवेट सेक्टर में। जब तक आप बायर टू बायर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट नहीं लेके आते, दुनिया की कोई इकॉनमी ग्रो नहीं कर सकती। अगर आपने पाकिस्तान की इकॉनमी को ग्रो करवाना है तो आपको बायर टू बायर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट यानी कि जेवीज़ की तरफ आना पड़ेगा, जॉइंट वेंचर्स की तरफ आना पड़ेगा, ताकि हम लोग ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा टेक्नोलॉजी के बारे में सीख सकें और अपनी एक्सपोर्ट्स को बढ़ा सकें। आप इसी के साथ अपने होस्ट आमिर अली को इजाज़त दीजिए। प्रोग्राम ग्लोबल इकॉनमी विद आमिर अली। सी यू नेक्स्ट।